It's like when we went to Texas, one of the security guys for World Class Wrestling had been, or allegedly had been, one of the Texas Rangers.
Those guys with the cowboy hats?
The big black cowboy hat, right? And, when I saw the big one's name, I think, was Rosie. He was like 6'5" and had the big cowboy hat on and was a, big stout motherfucker. But I see at the spot show one time, I said, wait, we got one guy to walk us to the ring? And that's when I heard the phrase for the first time that they'd used for the Texas Rangers: one riot, one ranger.
I never heard that.
Yeah, one riot, one ranger. And son of a bitch, that guy, the people backed up for him and spread out, because they said, like in San Antonio, some of those places, he'd walk in front of you. If a guy had a knife, he'd just snatch the wrist with the knife in one hand, clock the guy in the face with a right in the other hand, and the guy would drop and you'd continue on your way. He'd just do that through the crowd.
When people talk about the rise and the popularity and the greatness of early to mid-'80s world class up until 86, everyone focuses on the Von Erichs and the Freebirds and the music and the production and the vignettes. Not enough is said about the two security guards and the cowboy hat.
Yeah.
Because no other promotion had anything like that, where they would just walk the guys down there and you knew you shouldn't mess with those guys. But they didn't look like big bouncers in tight shirts. They were wearing button-up shirts and cowboy hats.
Yeah. And the thing is, honestly, in that situation, they did better than some of the local police. Well, in the small towns, you didn't know whether the police were on your side or not. They could be siding with the fucking baby faces and the fans, and you're fucked, right? You needed a friendly security force, but also it was easier to get the cowboy hat guys to get you out of there quicker. The cops sometimes didn't want to fucking just cold cock a fan or get sued or whatever, but those guys, they'd get you out of there one way or the other, and then they'd worry about it later. So sometimes it was better, but yes, that was the story, that the one big one had been a Texas Ranger in the past. And I guess I'm sure between the people that Fritz knew and the people that, they knew, they weren't going to get too many lawsuits.
You remember Kerry got busted for drugs at the airport in 83.
Yeah.
And not only did it go away, but the fans were convinced that Michael Hayes planted the drugs on innocent Kerry Von Erich.
The pull that Fritz Von Erich had in Dallas, Texas, that was no joke. You get caught with drugs at the DFW airport, and goddamn, it just goes away.